Hello everybody and welcome to another Ramblings of the South Stand breakdown on All Leeds TV. If you want to check out what my thoughts were on the Stoke game, please head over to my Twitter page, and I've been doing periscoping on there. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of insight really into the Bolton game, which was last night for me because I'm in Australia, as you will have known from my last video on All Leeds TV. But yeah, just a little bit of a breakdown really. I watched the game last night. It was 4:45 AM over here. Really, really positive for Leeds United. I thought that the squad, when it was put together, was obviously it was a bit of a makeshift one. But what you've got to look at, I'm seeing a lot of Leeds fans straight away saying, that we can't keep up that intensity, and last night proved it. I don't quite agree with that, and the reasoning behind that was because that first half was so impressive. The second half, Leeds are obviously going to lower the intensity because it's a brand new squad. We're getting gelled together, and I was really impressed by the mentality that Leeds came out with. We were on it. We were high pressing. The intensity was there. Once again, we were pragmatic in possession, and it was very, very impressive by Leeds. I thought there were some standouts. I thought Tom Pearce had a really good debut as a second left back to Barry Douglas. I thought he did really well. Maintained the balance of the back line. I thought Lewis Baker, that's definitely the best we've seen of him in a Leeds shirt. He was dynamic when he was bursting forward, especially for Saiz's goal. And I did think Bamford looked really, really good. That was a cracking finish, that first one. Really, really good finish. How he just swept it aside, nutmegged the guy. And people were talking about him dropping off in the second half. It's natural. He's not at his full fitness yet. And we've kind of got to really ease Bamford into it. It's just lucky that we've got someone as high profile as Kemar Roof doing what he's doing at the minute. But Bamford's getting eased back into it. I thought Jansen looked slightly off the pace, and I did a periscope the other day saying that I'd have him in for the Rotherham game. I'm not so sure I would at the minute. I think Berardi looks a lot fitter. He looks a lot more accustomed to the Bielsa system, so I think I would maintain Gaetano Berardi. But what we've also got to bear in mind is at some stage Pontus Jansson needs to be eased into this squad, and maybe a game against Rotherham would do that. I thought he looked okay, but definitely not Jansson levels that we've seen before. Any more standouts? I thought Harrison looked good. I thought he looked good. Maybe his final ball isn't 100% there at the minute. But we've also got to mention Calvin Phillips, and he is just going from strength to strength. And if he carries on like he's going to be a £20 million player by the end of this season, because he is phenomenal. He's been doing so well this season, and his performances are not dropping. Maybe it's because he knows the importance of Leeds. He's a Leeds fan, and he wants to carry out this system. I'm not 100% sure, but he was superb last night. And for me, the first two names on the team sheet every single time are Calvin Phillips and Samu Saiz. Moving on swiftly to Saiz, a lovely finish for the second goal. It was one of those where you thought to yourself, has he done too much? He didn't do too much. He swept the ball really nicely into the bottom right-hand corner. Keeper was completely off guard. And I thought Leeds were superb again in that first half. So, that's 5 halves of football where Leeds have been superb. The second half wasn't as good, but you're always going to expect that. It's a new squad. It's not that first 11 that we had in. We've got some key players out of that squad that was in last night. But I thought it was really positive signs to see what Leeds were able to do with sort of a second string squad. Against a good Bolton side, who've made a lot of changes this season. The likes of Clayton Donaldson coming in, who I know we were interested in a couple of seasons ago. But I thought we were really impressive. We've got to take the positives out. It was a strong Bolton squad last night. They didn't leave that many out, and Leeds left a whole host of players out and just put some of the kids in, some newbies in and stuff like that. So, we've got to take the positives out of that. We roll on to Rotherham at the weekend, and I would implement the exact same squad that went for the Derby and Stoke game. We've got to roll with that momentum. We've got to keep consistency within the side. That's what we've lacked in these past 3 seasons. We had to chop and change through injuries, through desirables, etc. So we've got to maintain that squad standard. We've got to maintain what we've been doing and try to do that. There's no point in changing it. There's no point in fixing something that doesn't need to be fixed, as they say. So let's keep with it. Let's keep going, and let's get the 3 points against Rotherham at the weekend. Cheers, guys. All the best.